Hi, football lovers around the world. Hi to all Gunners around the world. You're welcome to another edition of the Arsenal Alchemy. I remain your host, Simply Ike, and we've got our first attacking signing of the transfer market, and it's no other than Noni Madueke. You know, he will be an Arsenal player, whether we like it or not. He has just completed, Chelsea has just agreed a £52 million deal with add-ons. I'm not very sure about the details of the add-ons, but with add-ons, but the initial payment is £52 million. He had already agreed a 5-year deal, and that 5-year deal, we are hearing it's going to double his salary, his current salary at Chelsea. Now, this is a very underwhelming signing. It's not what most Arsenal fans thought. It's not the signing we wanted. You know, this signing, look, I've said it in previous posts, this signing makes absolutely no sense. You know, there are so many better players. And, you know, it's another Chelsea player. You know, is that something we're missing as fans? Is that something going on in the background? Why do we need to get Chelsea players all the time? You know, this is just so puzzling. This particular signing is just so puzzling that, you know, I think it needs to be investigated. How did they come up with this guy? And for us, and it happened within a week. It happened within a week. We've been chasing Victor Gyökeres for going on a month and a half now. We've been chasing this guy for a month and a half. Who chases a guy for a month and a half? You know, it's this even stings more than the Raheem Sterling deal, because when we got Raheem Sterling, we didn't think it will be that bad of a deal. A lot of Arsenal players didn't moan about Raheem Sterling like that. But this one, you know, especially with the money we spent, we've been crying that we're trying to be frugal as a club. We don't want to overpay for players. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do that. And within a week, we just dropped £52 million for Noni Madueke. This, like I said, this is puzzling. You know, like I said, they need to investigate this. But obviously, he's an Arsenal player now, and I know it's a very, very unpopular signing, but we have no choice, as usual, to support him. He's not a Raheem Sterling that came on loan. He'll be with us for 5 years. The earlier we start to support him, the better, so he can grow in confidence. Whatever the club wants to achieve with this guy, we should just sit back, relax, and watch things unfold. And we hope he becomes a better player in Arsenal than he was in Chelsea. We are basing our sentiments on his past two seasons form in Chelsea. He was very underwhelming. His final ball was pathetic. Yes, he comes up with a goal here and there, you know, but it's not an upgrade to the squad in any way. And we don't even know where he's going to play. Is he coming as a backup to Saka? Are you buying a backup to Saka for £52 million? We had Ethan Nwaneri. We still had Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson, I think with a bit of confidence, with a bit of backing by the club, and the manager, I think he would have been a very good fit. I don't see anything wrong. I don't see the difference between Noni Madueke and Reece Nelson. You know, you can argue that Reece Nelson is very injury prone, yes. But in terms of returns, in terms of being direct, Reece Nelson, there's really no difference. So yes, this, like I said, he's our player now. The way we love this club, the way we've suffered with this club, and they do this to us, knowing that the supporters didn't want this signing. Majority of the supporters didn't want this signing. Chelsea wanted this guy desperately out of the club. And they're going to use this money we paid them to strengthen, to buy. They can't even go for Rodrigo. Though I'm not really a big Rodrigo fan, but that signing will hugely improve their squad. Why didn't we go for Kudus? Kudus was just about the same amount. In about 5 days, Tottenham sorted the Kudus deal easily. We've spent over a month on Gyökeres. Earlier this week, we got a report that, talking about the Gyökeres deal, we got a report that, Arsenal sent a contingency to, they sent a team to Portugal, to Sporting CP, to round up this transfer saga. Now is a saga because there is so much twists and turns in this deal. Right now, it's even so tiring and frustrating, And they came back short of £5 million. They were short of £5 million off the valuation of Victor Gyökeres. And we heard they just came back because of 5 million, we heard they just came back and left the deal hanging like that. This is a team that the player in question has reiterated his willingness to join you. By all means, you are the club he wants to join. It's not like he's thinking about 2-3. No, you are the club he wants to join. He was even willing to take a wage shortage, cut down his wage just to facilitate this move. And we still couldn't get this deal done this week. Sporting CP will look at, they just bought a player they don't really need for £52 million. Now they're pricing our player because he plays in Portugal. You are pricing him like he was an average player. And don't get me wrong, Sporting has every right to get as much money as they can get for this guy. This guy won them the league back-to-back. He was highest goal scorer in Europe back-to-back, So, you're not just going to let him leave on the cheap. How are they going to replace him? Replacing such a player is going to take a lot of money, especially for a Portuguese team. So they have every right. It's left for us as Arsenal to show our willingness, to show that we want to get this player by all means. Liverpool got Florian Wirtz for in excess of £120 million. That's a British record. £120 million. They didn't flinch. They paid it. Wirtz is a very good player. I don't rate him that highly for that kind of money. But they know what they want, and they went for it. We are still dilly-dallying over £4 million, £5 million. We are still, I don't understand. Which brings me to the conclusion that because there is always this anxiety in every Arsenal transfer every season. And now we just made another very, very unpopular and underwhelming signing, again from our arch enemy in Chelsea. You know, I've come to the conclusion that Arsenal is probably not keen on completing this Victor Gyökeres deal because they still view Kai Havertz as their number 9. And now they are going to make Mikel Merino his backup. This is what I really, really feel now, because there is no reason why this Victor Gyökeres deal is stalling. Anybody that watches Victor Gyökeres' clips and not go for him, I think there should be some other things going on in that club, you know, because watching that guy's clips, the way he scores goal, his aggressiveness, his willingness to score, his desire to score, you know, everybody should need that kind of player in their team. And you should be able to break the banks. If we had just bought Victor Gyökeres and Eze, I will deem this transfer. I'll deem this Arsenal's transfer this season a success. We just buy Gyökeres and Eze. That is all. We don't need any other person. I would have deemed it a success. But no. We rounded up the Madueke deal within days. And the player we really need, we are stalling. If we don't get him, are we going to go back to Sesko? Are we going to go back to Sesko and try to get a deal? Because right now it's looking really, really bad. Arsenal is the laughingstock of the transfer market. Everybody's laughing at us. You go to the internet, the trollings are a lot. And this club still would not change. We thought with this new sporting director coming in, Andrea Betha, we thought things would change. It didn't. He's still doing what Edu did. That means he's not in charge. That means he's not in charge of his job. That means this guy is just, you know, he's a yes man. He's a yes man to Arteta. He's a yes man to the owners. That's what it is. I don't think we really want to get Gyökeres at this point. If today, the 10th of July, we haven't gotten this guy, I don't think we want to get this guy. I'm telling you the gospel truth. I don't think we've shown any willingness, any desire to get this guy. And this will be a big stain on Victor Gyökeres himself, a player willing to sacrifice all that to just come to Arsenal. Pay the money. Pay the money. If a club comes for Bukayo Saka or Saliba, we're going to want to milk them dry too. We're going to want to put a very exorbitant fee on these guys. You want to take a club's best player. You think because he wants to join you, you can price him out? No, it doesn't work that way. Sporting CP has the aces. He's a player. He's contracted till 2028. They don't have to sell him for any amount, any shit amount. They don't. And this is what Arsenal should understand. if you need this player, if you want to win the league next season, if you want to compete for the Champions League next season, this is the caliber of players you need to get. Relying on Kai Havertz misses a whole lot of chances. He's a good player. He's not a natural number 9. He misses a whole lot of chances. We can't continue with a player like that. He will have a role the next season, but he cannot be our main striker. He simply cannot be. Madueke is not prolific. Martinelli is okay. Odegaard lost form last season. We're hoping he gets back to his form. He lost form last season. We're hoping he gets back to the form with Noni Madueke. So there's not much goals in the team. The injuries we suffered last season were major injuries. These players are not just going to come running for every ball, making every tackles. They need to recover 100%. They need to recover 100%. We have to put that into consideration. Like I said, Kai Havertz is not the answer, though I feel that is why Arsenal is stalling on buying a striker. I think, don't get me wrong, I'll be happy if the Gyökeres deal happens. But it's looking very unlikely because of the confusion about the deal. They're not making anything public about this deal because they don't really have a willingness to buy this guy. I'm telling you. But like I said earlier, Noni Madueke is our player now. We have to back him up. I hope he's coached right, and I hope he brings something to the table. Welcome, Noni Madueke. And to round this up, Trossard might just be leaving for Fenerbahce of Turkey for about £20 million. I understand the deal is very, very advanced, and Trossard himself is resigned to the fact that he might be the fall guy in all of this. You know, when we're selling a player like this, we're missing about 12, 13 goals in that squad. And this is a very good squad player. But, you know, he's about 30 years old now. I'm sure that is a consideration. That is what we considered for this deal. He's about 20 years old and they want to move him on. So that is it for this edition. You tell me what you think. Do you think Noni Madueke will be a good fit for us? Do you think he will turn things around? Do you think we're going to see his form when he was in PSV? He was a decent player back then. And do you still think we're going to buy Victor Gyökeres? Tell me what you think. And if you like this video, do like and subscribe. Thank you so much. And it's goodbye for now.